Thanks for staying with us. So there was a story that caught our attention online, and there was a story that many parents are familiar with and can relate with. So what happens is that a blogger was talking about the fact that parents are forced to continually buy new books for their children, especially because nowadays, when you buy books for the first child, activity workbooks are within the textbooks. So usually when we're growing up, you have a textbook, which is what you use for referencing, and then there's either a notepad or an activity book that is separate from your textbook. Right now, both activity workbook is attached or is connected with the textbook such that each child now has to do the workings within the textbook. What that means for a parent is that every single child, so like that has 4 kids, I got to buy that textbook 4 times, you know. So we're saying that is this necessary? Was this some kind of revenue-making gimmick? I mean, can parents come together and protest this and say, why don't you just go back to a textbook? Must we continually buy textbooks? That's it's a very short conversation, but what are your thoughts on this piece? Let me come to you.
There are different sides to it. One is population control. You know that you're going to be buying textbooks. You don't bomb plenty that you cannot take care of. That is one. Secondly,
how that concern publisher or the parent or the school? That
all of them join. Somehow we have to find a way to control population. If you leave people, they go just they born. You born 3, they're asking you, when are you having the 4th one? When are you having the 4th one? When are you having the one for the road? Now you go help me train them. You're asking questions. How do you even know if I have the emotional capacity to handle them? So it's a form of population control. If you know you can buy all the textbooks, oh yeah, keep burning. That's it. Secondly, the way the world is, we're not very good with intellectual property. So sometimes most of the people who write these textbooks and all that, they don't really make money where you are recycling up and down. Imagine your children finish, you hand it over to my children. I finish, I hand over to Nima. Somebody that writes something cannot make money. So they have to make it in such a way that you have to keep buying to also boost their business. So as you are praying that business comes for you, also pray that the publisher and the writer will still have business. Let's be considerate of them. Okay. That's secondly. Then thirdly...
Don't finish the show.
I'm not finishing the show. Thirdly, okay, let me leave it.
Yeah, Nima, go ahead. Your thoughts on this?
I would like to hear that your
thoughts. Go ahead, Nima. Let me hear your thoughts on this. Do you think we should go back to how it used to be when we were growing up? Or do you agree with BC that, listen, times have changed and these are part of how we used to inject money into our economy?
Yes, this is purely a business decision for book publishers and writers. It is not about any...
population control.
They're just and it's sad that they are taking business decisions like this and they're still not doing quality books. If you see one very extensively big for nothing book that my daughter has to read, the print quality is not the same. So I remember our textbooks. We had one per class session per year from primary to primary 6, primary 1 to 6. And each of those books, I used the one my other sisters used. How many years there between us that I cannot use their books? But the books were quality books. They didn't even tear. These ones now, they are low-quality books that she has to write inside, and yet they're not even strong. They're not durable. They're not feel last. So even me, I'm already saving money to buy another one. I'm wondering, when will the regulators come in to make sure that if you are not publishing, if you are not spending money, you are selling photocopy standard, Kukuma, let us photocopy the book.
Why don't we? That's copywriting.
But why don't they do it like this? They can have the textbook, then they can have workbooks.
Thank you.
So you now buy...
You'll be changing the workbook.
I know what I talk about
workbook.
Yeah. No, it's not workbook they are doing now. Most of these books...
That's what I'm saying. I know, but I'm just saying that why don't they do it so that...
Yeah. So books used to come with workbooks in our days. So you had my introductories to this one, technical drawing book work. I had a workbook. My integrated science, I had the workbook on the side, and I still wrote notes. And my textbook, now the one my senior sister then used, I use them. You know, and it was so strong. I still go home and I see the books. Maybe the front page is finally off now, but it lasted over. The book I used for my English exams in my WAEC, I've been using it to do lesson for my neighbor's children since. The book never tear. You know, yes, and you don't have to write inside. But these days, they don't do workbooks. The workbook come inside the book, and you find this answer spaces inside. When the teacher is even giving the child, they are giving the child only that book to bring home. So where you want write and put. I remember one day I unknowingly opened a new exercise book, and the school said, no, it doesn't have our whatever on it. It's only, they can only use our exercise book with our own print on top of it for assignment, and the assignment was supposed to be in the textbook. So you know clearly that this is a market move. I just accept it. Let me just stick to my 2 children and face raising them. But the truth is, the quality of the book is still an issue.
So quality is one thing. We're not focusing on it, but the issue is that why are parents complaining about buying books, additional books? Because don't you even think it's also part of the mentality you give to a child when you don't have to call, pass down. Listen, this is yours. I remember someone was telling me that recently her daughter is a medical doctor. Okay. And when they were having a conversation, her daughter was just telling her casually, "Mom, you never bought me a bicycle." She said, "Really?" She said, "Because first you gave bought for the firstborn, then you bought for the secondborn, then you somehow skipped me, then you bought for the lastborn." She said, "But by the time you came, the other one, the bike of the secondborn was still okay." You can, so, but you think about that child that you don't, there's some children that don't know. They never experience getting any new thing because they're constantly taking from somebody else. That's what you did. You constantly taking from your sisters.
Yeah, and it builds your mindset.
That's life.
It builds your mindset.
Thank you.
I've been studying some certain people that I want to pattern myself with. Just pattern, just see how I can maybe adopt some things that they have tried out. And I realized that everything a child gets growing up, everything a child sees growing up, everything a child experiences growing up builds that child. It builds that mentality. If you go into the university, you see different categories of people. There are people who are very prudent. There are people who are spendthrifts. There are people, as their pocket money is coming, is finishing. There are people who are clean, because of how they have been brought up. So all these hand-me-downs somehow have a way of affecting your psyche and giving you that limiting belief that sometimes you're not good enough for the new things. So I'm very careful. That's why I say, burn the one you can handle. I know you would disagree, but it's okay. Burn the one you can handle and do your best to give everything that you can so that they would have a life and also understand in that life that they can have more. They can achieve, they can aspire. There are some people I see. Yeah.
I wanted to disagree quickly with you.
No, I just wanted to ask her. You can hand down, and then you can still buy new things.
Why not?
You can mix it.
Something that is so good.
As a businesswoman now,
so
see,
something that is good.
now, our Miriam don't write book. Do you think she will like it that one book for one school, the whole children will use it? How will she make money? Let's be realistic here. It's business. I put in my head, my brain, to make your children better. And you will not
they send to different schools now.
Now only one school how many did they buy?
You know our population
now. If all their children will be collecting hand down, how we publish a chop?
That's what I want to
How will editor chop? How will the writer chop?
Make I explain something.
Let's
see.
This
is an English speaking show. This is an English speaking show.
If I want borrow wig, I not borrow.
Okay.
No, I don't borrow wig. I don't borrow.
Okay, I think we're going to go to break now.
So when you have kids and your kids are of the same gender, it is only a prudent parent who knows that handing down is normal. So if you think it's affecting the psyche of your child, explain to that child.
Sometimes it's not prudent.
I had sisters and they were bigger till I got taller. And by the time I got taller, I got new things. And, so they had to adjust. If you talk about psyche, it was worse when my elder sister had to start wearing my own clothes because I got bigger. So
Nima, there's a place where you wear and then you give out to people and then you buy fresh ones for the children.
You must teach that child to accept it from a place of love. When I started my business, I thought I was buying.
This thing started with the publisher. Now, we're talking about publisher.
When we condemn some family values,
it's not condemning.
We must look at when you say hand me down affects psyche, let's look at the good side of it. There's good sides to it. No, maybe you're an only daughter, for instance. You're an only daughter.
Does it?
Yes, no.
People have different experience.
Buying new things for entitled children raises entitled children.
Affecting psyche could mean different things. It could be positively,
and it can be
negatively. So how you see it?
Buying new for all children sometimes raises entitled children.
Yeah, so there are different kind of psyche.
So let's look at it.
Let me take
Let
me take Juliet now. People are making me speak English now.
On the show.
Good morning, Juliet. Are you there?
Yes, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
English is not your language.
I totally agree with Odajuru. Odajuru is making sense. She should talk the reality. The teachers, the owners of school, they have to keep reproducing. The reason is not because they want to, they just want to have fun or do it because of or having bias in doing it. The essence of it is for them to make money, you understand, boost to their purse now. Me, I have 2 children, and I know I buy them books too. But I will not be buying a book for the second person. One person will use, second person will use, and it continues. I mean, now things have changed now.
Yes,
All
things are
right.
costly. Publisher.
Okay, thank you. I have to let me wrap up with you.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say when they buy different dresses for the same dress for the three girls, that's new things now. So the person selling clothes don't say. So why are you saying, somebody say, yeah, I say you have emotional issues.
I saw it.
We have to wrap up, but I
not
think
able to
let's go back. The focus is the reason why I brought up this issue is because we're asking the question: should parents begin to raise an objection to this system where parents we cannot hand things down over to siblings? So that's the issue. That should we begin to raise an objection because parents are tired of the fact that they're constantly having to buy new books for their kids. It's a conversation to have, maybe at PTA meetings, doing various functions. Let us see. We need to know, and can we also understand the side of the publisher and the writer that listen, make them chop like BC said. It is Tuesday. I have to go on a break.
Buy new Aso-ebi for weddings.
I have to go on a break.
Buy books for our children.
It's Tuesday.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm told I have one more call. Modupe, are you there? Good morning.
Yes, I'm live. Good morning, my
Yes.
first time.
Welcome to the show.
Yes, good morning, good morning. Yes, I just listened to what you guys are debating on passing down books and, close to your siblings. I think that it is just normal. If in the old days, if my brother used a book and I'm using that subject, it's just normal for me to use it, but if it's not destroyed or anyhow, it's just normal for me to use it. If you're talking about clothes and you have the same gender, like I have two daughters, at times I will just see my other daughter's clothes on the junior one. After, are you using your size now? Say yes, my sister gave it to me. It's just a place of love, and if I want to shop for them, I buy things for both of them at the same time.
All right. Thank you so much.
You can wear a sister's clothes.
So it depends on how you look at it. So we have to wrap up, YK.
I hand my clothes over to my daughter.
It's not close. We started this conversation.
It's not
We moved it.
My daughter handed her
That's
books.
all we
And
can
I'm thinking
take.
for the
to
publishers
Made.
and the writers right now. They need to make
Not
money.
We have to wrap up, YK. I have a guest.
Exercises, not workbook, but textbooks.
Okay, we have to wrap up. Let's go on a break. This was just maybe a 5 minutes conversation.
You know we
want
can
to
spread
stretch
this.
it. When we come back, we'll bring in our guest from Dorcas Foundation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.